This is another episode of the Three King Protocol podcast. With us today, certified fitness trainer, Vertimax trainer, sports and fitness instructor. We got triple threat athletes and Coach Derrick Freeman in the building.
Yes, sir.
Bringing it back, let's bring it back to the start. What made you get into basketball and fitness?
That's what was in my blood, right? So like most kids growing up in Washington Heights, it was like going to the league, right? I'm like little, 9-year-old, 10-year-old growing up in Washington Heights, going to school early in the morning, playing basketball in the schoolyard, thinking I'm nice. My friend thinking they nice, all we do dribble. I had a crazy shot. I had the windmill shot like this. It was crazy. So I never had formal training, around that age. But that's what it was. My aunt, if I take it back a little bit further, my aunt on my father's side played professionally for the Liberian national team. She won a scholarship to come play at a D2 school or a D3 school in Rhode Island. Her other sister, my other aunt Joyce, also played on the national team. So like basketball has been in my genes. So I always thought like, man, I'm going to the league. One of my goals as a kid growing up, I was going to be 6'6". I was going to get a 6-year contract, making $6 million a year. I saw myself on Oprah doing interviews, doing things in the community. So like at a young age, like I had that on vision, but it always don't work out that way. Right? It always don't work out that way. You got to put the time in, you got to work, you got to be in the right place, the right situation, you got to keep grinding. But lucky for me, on the flip side, right, I didn't need basketball as a meal ticket to get out the hood. I didn't need basketball as a meal ticket to get to college. My grades was good. Education was always something that was stressed in my household, and I loved it. Like math, a little shaky with the reading. Wasn't too good with the grammar, but math was my thing. Like math was my thing. Like I love numbers. You know what I mean? So as you can see, went to college, got a degree in accounting, graduated. A couple of years later on, studied for the CPA, got my CPA license. So I did the accounting route, but basketball's always been part of me. I remember even being like in high school on a high school team as a freshman. Like I knew all the plays for all the positions. I was like directing my teammates, and they used to tease me, always call me coach and stuff. But one thing I tell the kids is, I remember back then, I was not honest with myself during my college process that I really wanted basketball to be a part of my situation. Right? So wasn't the best player in high school, wasn't highly recruited, grades was good, but it was always like mom and dad like gotta go to college, gotta get focused on the grades, right? So it wasn't like we reclassing, we being shopped around to different high schools, you know what I mean? I had an opportunity to play D3 at Baruch, right? And this is where knowledge is important. Baruch College is like community school, right? It's community college, but not knowing that Baruch is one of the best business schools out of New York. It's part of the Coney branch. Baruch got a great business program, and when I left high school, I always knew I wanted to get an accounting degree. I knew that's the route I wanted to go. I wanted to make money, and I wanted to be in New York. But in my head, I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to go to Baruch. It's a community college. I'm going to be commuting from home, living at home. I'm trying to get out. Like, mom and dad was beautiful, but a little overbearing sometimes. I'm like, I'm out. Like, I want that college experience. But now what I tell kids these days is like, don't be focused on that a lot. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's not where you start, it's how you finish. And going to community college routes, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's a financial reason, if it's a focus reason where you need to just go somewhere and fill things out first to see where you want to go, there's nothing wrong with it with the community route, but have an idea of what you want. So went to Loyola, right? Tried to walk on, didn't make it. Worked in athletics, different things. You know what I mean? But again, still not fully honest with myself. Like I really wanted this to be a part of my situation. Because if I was, right, I would have did more things with athletics, like try to work on the basketball team as a grad assistant, maybe assistant to the coach, something, But it's all good.
Right.
Graduated, started working in New York. It was like, I want to say by 2012, I had started with PwC. PwC is one of the big four accounting firms. Started with them, and I had this idea that I would go to PwC, try to get a secondment because I want to work abroad. You know what I mean? For that's another story. That's another day. Want to work abroad? So I have to go to PwC. I have my CPA license. Everybody, oh wow, you're a CPA. You got your license. You know, you should be making X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. But I'm not making X, Y, Z. You feel me? I'm not making X, Y, Z. So it's like, yo, you're not making the money you're supposed to be making, and you're really not too crazy about it. Why don't you do what you want to do? And I ask myself when I wake up in the morning, am I thinking accounting pronouncements or am I thinking basketball plays?
Coach, man, I appreciate you coming on. I just wanted to say, success, right? Like you said,
Yeah.
us when we're all little, we watch on our TV, we see our favorite players, and we want to be in the NBA, and we all have these high goals. But when it comes to success, you're still out here helping the community. You're giving back. You have a variety of clients. You got high school kids. You got athletes. You got people who aren't athletes, and you're still leaving an impact in their lives. Bringing high energy, positivity vibes every day. To a lot of people, sometimes they don't see that that's also success, and that's successful
Yes.
in itself. And I just wanted to give you your flowers and say,
I appreciate that.
so that's something that we always look and say, man, I didn't make it to the NBA. But sometimes you got to look and see all the positive things that you've done in your life, that is behind closed doors, whether it's just
Yes.
every day helping someone out, or being a better version of yourself, whether it's training.
Yes.
And, I wanted to ask you, what's the importance of having a positive mindset?
For me, my positive energy, positive attitude is essential to my success. And I get it. It's hard, right? It's hard to be happy all the time. It's hard to be always energized with things not going your way. But I read something recently that stuck with me. I'm reading this book called Speak by Tunde, who is a Peloton power instructor, right? And she's of Nigerian descent. My grandmother is Nigerian, so I've been reading the book to my grandmother. That's another way for me to connect with her, another way for me to read. And in the book, Tuna had this line that she talks about, and I'm going to paraphrase, but it's like, today is my day. I welcome any obstacle that comes my way. Whatever is happening in my favor. So it's like if you train your mind to have the positive mindset of, no matter whatever happens, if I'm still here, I'm doing something right. I'm gonna get through it. So like that's for me, like that's where it comes from. Now, don't get me wrong. Have I been frustrated? Yes. Have I doubted myself? Yes. But you don't let that stuff linger. You don't let it linger, right? Do I have days where I'm not happy, like I'm in my feeling mood? Yeah, but you don't let it linger. And then how do you combat that, right? That is the question. So when you have those moments, how do you combat that, Coach Freeman? What I do, I think about a couple of things, right? What do I have going for myself that's positive? What are my blessings? What can I count on? And then also to aid my happiness, a couple of things that I believe in works. Being active, getting out and moving. If you play basketball, go play basketball. If you run, go run. If you lift weights, go lift weights. If you do yoga, do yoga. If you need to stretch. But get out that bed, get off the couch, right? Be active. 2, be grateful. I talked about that, right? What am I grateful for? What are my blessings, right? And 3, acts of service. Do something good, right? So for me, I live in a building that has a concierge. So what I do, sometimes randomly, I might bring them a snack. I might get them a meal. I might make cookies and share it with my kids. You know what I mean? I might stop and smile at somebody, give them a compliment, do something good. All right. And that builds my endorphins. That changed my mood. Just right now, when we stopped, I was running into the restroom at the Y, and a brother, when we say brother, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? He's walking to his car. I'm walking back. Don't know the guy, but he looks familiar, but I'm smiling. So that smile makes him smile. He's smiling too. So I'm like, man, you look familiar. I don't know why I look for you, but he's like, he told me I'm a cop in his area. Cool. You know what I mean? But you know what? That interaction right there of me smiling at him and saying good morning, staying high, and he returning that smile back, right? Whether I see him tomorrow or I don't see him in like 10 years, but he remember that.
That builds community. That's deep. That's bigger than just yourself, and that could change your mood. That could change his mood. That could change that could change the whole trajectory of your week, your day, his week. You know what I'm saying? That changes lives for real. So man, I mean, when it comes to your energy, I always say it sometimes, when we all have those days where, man, I'm just not feeling it right now. I'm not feeling bad. That's the time when you have to give back. Whether it's
Yes.
bigger than you. Sometimes, like you said, whether it's making cookies, giving somebody, doing a good deed out of your heart. And notice when you do that, you feel better. You get back. The more you give, the more you get.
Yeah.
Whether it's on the court,
Yep.
when you're training, the more you put in, the more you're gonna get back on the court. The more results you're gonna see. That goes the same thing in life. The more you give in, the more kind you are, the more genuine, the more compassionate. You're gonna get that right back. So if
Yeah.
you're ever feeling down, for the people watching, that's your time to really say, you know what? Now it's my time to go outside. Let me go hit the weights.
Yeah.
Let me go do something right.
Well,
So we talked about working with athletes and your personal training, but like you said, for all the people working a 9 to 5, and they're
yeah.
kind of struggling themselves, they want to get back in shape. They want to get back into it. What's a little advice you could give to them? For those working the 9 to 5 who just want to start to level up. What's one short little
Yeah.
piece of advice you would give to them to get the
First
ball?
word is just start. First word is start. You know what I mean? Start. But they say, that's easy. Coach, what do I start? I don't want to start. Okay, now so then you ask yourself, what are your triggers? What are blocking you from starting, right? Is it you wake up in the morning, you don't have time to get your clothes together? If that's what it is, then at night, put your clothes out. You know what I mean? Is it, I don't know what workout to do? I don't, you know what I mean? It's okay, cool. So we'll pick one group. So you know what? Every day or from Monday to Friday, I'm going to do 10 push-ups. And I'm going to add 5 to it in the next week. Start there. But just start with something. And once you start doing something, right, it's going to compound and you want to do more. You're going to want to do more. But I get it. Trust me. You know what I mean? You look at yourself and you say, I need to be here. And you're trying to accomplish this big thing, but piece by piece. My friend Anisha, who's a wonderful accountant, Ace Group, she talks about elephants and frogs. You know what I mean? Elephants and frogs. So elephant is a huge animal, right? You can't eat an elephant in one bite. You got to chop up in small pieces, right? Then you got your frogs, one gobble, right? So set things up like that. You got your frog and elephant, right? So little by little, what are some frog activities that you can gobble up, right? Push-ups. Wake up in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, take a deep breath, sit up straight. You know what I mean? Work on breathing, right? Take 30 seconds, work on breathing. Then get out the bed, touch your toes. Stand up, touch your toes again. You know what I mean? Do a couple of stretches. Next thing you know, come down, do a plank. Do one. If you struggle doing push-ups, do a plank, come down, take a breath, then come back up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But wherever you are, it's just about starting and building it. My best friend Gon, his thing is he knows that he gotta get to the gym early. You know what I mean? But for him, he's been consistent. That's his MO. They call him Gon Getter at work. So he's at the gym 4:30. No, he's up at 4:30, at the gym at 5, home by 6 to make breakfast with the kids so he can be on the road by 7. And what he does is he'll text me in the morning. You know how we do it, right? He with that
Yeah.
yeah,
We outside.
yeah. So it's not like I don't just have to go to the gym with him, but it's just that accountability that someone on that journey with you. So I text him back, let's go. What you doing today? He'll hit me like I'm going to the gym, I'm going to work my legs. And it's just that like cool. Like this morning, he was up since 4, but he's waiting for his uncle to come over to do some shower work in his house, doing shower doors. So we was talking at like 7:20, 7:30. He's like, yeah, you know what I mean? I want to go to my spin class, but my uncle says he's going to come early. He's not here yet. It's about 7:50. I was like, yo, I'm about to hop on a bike, man. He said, you know what? You're right. He got to the gym right on time, 8 o'clock. He left a little bit early, but he still got it. He called back and said, you know what? Thank you, Derrick. You know what I mean? Thank you for just talking to get there.
Right.
And that's sometimes what it is. So you got to A, start somewhere. B, find someone that can hold you accountable. If it's yourself, write a note down to yourself in the morning or that the night before, post it on the mirror in the bathroom. Post in the mirror. So when you can wake up to go use the bathroom, brush your teeth, whatever, you see that right there. Let's go.
Right.
That's but it's just about like
start.
Yeah. And one more thing, when you talk about like where I get like this energy of happiness from is, and sometimes when I say it out loud, I feel bad to say it, but it's also when I think about what people don't have, some of the status in the world. You know what I mean? I'm like, I look at myself. I got my 2 legs. I got my arms. I got my mouth. I can speak. I can see. I can breathe. I got all my senses. I can move. So why am I gonna take that for granted and not do nothing? You
Right.
know, well, I'm gonna take it for granted and not do anything, complain about something, right? Get out there, Derrick. Go do them push-ups. You can do a push-up, right?
Right.
There's someone right now wishing they could do push-up, wishing they had your body. You know, a
You know,
collab,
just,
absolutely.
yes, sir. Really, it's just
Yeah,
wow, man. That's crazy. When you look at it that perspective, it's just deeper. It's
yeah,
deeper to you. And when you get that positive energy and you say, look, man, I can do one more. And like you said, I love that analogy, the elephants and the frogs. We all got that elephant
yeah.
in the room that we all
Uh huh.
have our goal. But if you just wake up in the
Mm-hmm.
morning and focus on one frog at a time, let me just eat up, eat up. By the end of the day, you
Yeah.
look back and you say, man, I ate today, and I keep it going. So,
Right.
just, man, I appreciate all the wisdom and knowledge. Coach, we got some plant-based fruit smoothies, power drinks, superfood drinks coming out. My dad, he's a chef himself. He's working. We know you're working, doing a lot of things on the
Yeah.
side. So we hope in the future, maybe we can get something together, do a collab.
A collab,
Just
absolutely.
yes, sir. Reach more people. Just continue to inspire and just change lives, and also continue to grow ourselves. So I just wanted to say thank you for coming on, and I really appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else you want to give to the people where they can reach you
In
at?
addition to personal training, I'm also working on my life coach on platform. But you can reach me at Triple Threat Athlete, right, on Instagram. You can reach me at Triple Threat Athlete _ right there. You can reach me at tripleathlete.com, right? You can reach me through anybody that know me. Just ask, don't reach out to me. I'm here for you guys. I do some life coaching too. I'm a great listener. I can provide great feedback. A lot of people have told me that. When it comes to the personal training, I'm out here too, Wilmington, Delaware. I do some virtual training too. If you need that, hit me up. Basketball training, I do that. I'm really great with the dribbling, really great with the energy, the IQ, being great teammates, even good with shot mechanics, right? We got a whole lot of plans out there. So whatever y'all need, let me know. I'm here for you guys. And with everything, stay positive, man. Stay positive. Don't let that anger fester. Don't let the anger fester. Don't let that being upset fester. Don't let being down fester. You know what I mean? Shake it off. You know what I mean? Acknowledge it, see where it's coming from, and then shake it off.
Kick it off,
On to
man.
the next.
Yes, sir.
Because if you're still here, you winning. Yeah, we still here. You get another day. That's a beautiful thing. You know? Yeah, man. I am so proud of you. I know it's been 4+ years, since you walk into that gym with your dad and me. I'm proud of you, man. Keep up the good work.
Hey, man, I
Keep up the good
appreciate
work.
you. I appreciate
And
you.
I'd love to come back again.
Of
I'd
course,
love
you're
to come
welcome
back again.
anytime,
Three
man.
Kings.
Three Kings. The next time we'll have my dad,
Yeah.
we'll have my little bro. We're gonna have everybody. We're gonna, just keep it up. We can do big things. We all got big things in our future. But man, I appreciate you and thank you so much for coming on. Peace out.
Absolutely.
Red Athletes,
Bless.
3 Protocol. Tune in.
Yeah, I know it.
Yes, sir.
Take
Well,
care.
thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Much love, man. I'm
Yes,
out.
sir.
Peace.